Okay, it's time to party. I cleared all of this, as you can see, removed the shelf, so now I've got the clearance I need to fit the printer. Here's that mat. I think it's a Gorilla something mat from Amazon. It was like 20 bucks or something, just in case, because the risk is that the seal might not be completely intact and it could leak. I'm really hoping that doesn't happen, but if it does, I don't want it getting all over my anything else. So it says to pull the straps and lift. So man, that's amazing that it's just Velcro that was holding that bottom on. I totally picked up the box by the handles earlier. Okay, what do we got here? Looks like the big build plate. I think that's just a stabilizer. All right, let's take a look at it. The packaging was really solid. It was surrounded by foam. Didn't look like it got banged up much in transit, but even if it did, the packaging was really solid. Opening the top cover will stop printing. Oh, I see. Okay. So it just kind of sits in there. Not too bad. Cool. Oh yeah, I got plenty of room back here. I was worried. I even had to pull this cabinet out like a good 5-6 inches. It said 15 inches. Of clearance is what was required. I wonder if the plate sticks out. We'll come back to that. Let's see. Do not remove before printing test. Okay. We'll come back to that as well. Easy enough. Let's check out our accessory boxes here. Power cord, power brick. Oh, we got some test coast magnets. Okay, cool. Ceramic tile things, 3 of them. Allen wrench. Oh, the filter. Is that everything? Yes. Trying to keep everything intact in the event that there is a situation and this needs to go back. All right, these are the UV glasses, safety glasses. This should be the big build plate. The mat. Oh, this thing is heavy. Heavier than I was expecting. Okay, step one, we already did. We removed all the foam, put the top cover on. Step two is connect it to a power supply. Man, this is a little bit heavy. I'm probably gonna have to secure that so it's not hanging like that. I don't like that. Got these little baby zip ties because I don't want this brick, since it's up high, to put a bunch of tension on this power cable. Put a little loop in there so that it doesn't slip, and zip tie it just to keep it in place so there's no tension on that. Give it a little bit more feed. There we go. Boom, done. Install all 6 UV ink cartridges in the correct slots in order by color. A click sound indicates successful installation. It made a bunch of noise. It's come to life. So hopefully that's all right. I mean, that's what it said to do. We're following the instructions in order. So all the ink cartridges, and then the cleaning cartridge, and then the filter. Install all 6 UV ink cartridges in the correct slots in order by color. Okay, looks like we'll start with this one. Oh, okay, it's just indicating this part has to be facing towards you, so you can read the G. Okay. All right. I had to abandon the Insta360 Go Ultra because it just keeps letting me down. The segment I was filming yesterday ended up having a bunch of banding, like crazy. It was like almost unusable, but I was able to salvage it to a degree in DaVinci Resolve. And then today, it just stopped recording randomly. It said the SD card, the micro SD card was too slow, but I don't know how that could be possible because it is it's a fast one. It's the same kind that I use in the 360 cameras and whatever. So switching over to the Ray-Ban display. So downloaded the app, just signed in with the Eufy credentials. This is where it takes you. UV Print Studio. Get started. You haven't connected any printers. Let's add a printer. The E1 wireless connection. Okay. Okay, I had to skip a step there for a second because it was asking about my network and password. But just, sign in like normal. So now it's connected to the network, added to the account. That's fine. Firmware update. Okay, so downloaded new firmware. Took a little bit actually. Now it's installing and restarting. Done. It's doing things. Oh shit. No thanks. It's calibrating. Device initialization. You need to complete it before printing. Oh wow, this is going to take like 38 minutes. We're going to let that run through for 38 minutes and then be back afterward. The inject ink step took a really long time. I don't know if it took, it had to have been more than 38 minutes. I don't remember what time it was when it started, but it went slowly all the way to 100%, but at one point it seemed like it started over. Like I let my phone lock screen pop up and it like restarted. So and that was halfway through the first time. So I don't know what was up with that. I would have assumed that the machine could have done its thing and then this was just for monitoring purposes. Okay, I guess that's going to take 7 minutes, so we'll be back at that point. Retry. Okay, so it's 3 in the morning. The machine never worked. I'm now getting a cleaning cartridge full error. And it appears to have burned through like 2/3 of all the ink cartridges. It just ran multiple ink injection cycles, and then when it would come time to do the test print, it would take forever to get through that whole percentage wheel and then error out. So I reported the issue on the app and reported the issue in the Discord. It's 2:54 in the morning on Saturday, 10/18/2025, Friday night. Saturday, early morning. And I guess the printer's just going to sit and we'll wait to see what somebody has to say. I'm not pleased with basically burning through like what, $300 worth of ink in the cleaning cartridge, one of those whole cases basically, and never printed a single thing. I'll keep you posted.